How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. I also got to put out the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. So today we're going to be talking about Ideanomics. I'm so excited to do this video, and what we're going to be doing, I almost forgot. First, before we get started, let's go over the agenda. If you are new to this channel, just know we have timestamps down below in the description. But I do want to tell you, if you are in this particular stock and you're invested, you might want to watch this entire video because you could add this to your homework and your due diligence. So the first thing we're going to be going over is the financial results. I know some of you have already gotten news already, but I'm going to go through it with you and show you, hey, why Ideanomics is showing even more promise. And then when that is done, we're going to be doing a technical analysis, taking a look at the price action. We saw some strength in the market today, but of course it was met with some volatility, but we are seeing a rebound in the tech sector. But what we want to know is Ideanomics going to be able to benefit from this and then make a move to the upside. Then when that is done, we're going to be doing the institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information. We want to know, are institutions loading up or are they selling their shares? So I think this is key because we want to know what the market sentiment for the stock that we hold. And then when all of that is done, I'll be giving you guys my final thoughts. Let's get to it. So we're now on the official Ideanomics website, and we're going to be going over the recent financial results that came out yesterday, and then I'll give you guys my thoughts on it after we're done. So Ideanomics Inc. reports Q1 2021 financial results. Revenue for the quarter ended March 31st, 2021 was $32.7 million and gross profit of $10.8 million. First, revenues from Wave Ideanomics inductive charging business from Timios, our title and escrow services company. Both businesses were acquired in January 2021. $356 million cash at quarter end, providing a deep pool of capital for investment in our Ideanomics mobility and capital business unit. A global company focused on driving the adoption of commercial electric vehicles and associated energy consumption announced today that its first quarter 2021 operating results for the period ended March 31st, 2021. So let's just kind of jump over where they talk about where you can go on the call and so forth. Ideanomics first quarter 2021 operating results. Revenue for the quarter was $32.7 million, which represents the fifth consecutive quarter of growth, demonstrating the increasing strength of Ideanomics business. Timios, our title and escrow business, generated revenues of $27.6 million and Wave revenues of $1.8 million reported in the charging and batteries line in the revenue table. Both of these businesses were acquired in the first quarter, and consequently, their financial results are only included from the date of acquisition. Revenue from electric vehicles was $3 million, up from just $55,000 in the first quarter of 2020. Gross profit for the first quarter 2021 was $10.8 million, which represented a gross margin of 33.1%. Gross profit for the first quarter 2020 was $44,000. So it was great to see that they made improvements in the gross profit and as well as revenue generated. And it's part of the reasons why I'm definitely going to be remaining bullish on Ideanomics, because, hey, we're constantly seeing them actually get better, seeing better results, making great investments. So let's kind of go over the selected business updates and highlights. They acquired wireless charging provider Wave. They acquired title and escrow services company Timios. They announced sponsorship in the NACFE and membership in CalStar. Timios expands retail purchasing business. The Solartrack expands tractor reservation campaign. Invests in Italian electric motorcycle company Energica. And Timios generates record high revenue for the quarter and bolstered cash position to $356 million as of March 31st, 2021. So taking all of these highlights into consideration, this is definitely the look of a company that knows what they're doing and making the right investments. They also do have a lot of cash on hand, so as far as acquisitions or anything to look forward to in the future, I really cannot wait. As far as for the solar track is concerned, we know they're trying to really penetrate pretty much EV technology into the agriculture space, and I feel with the solar track they're doing a great job with that, and I can't wait until we see more numbers surrounding that. And as far as Wave and its wireless charging, hey, it is a great idea, and I do see this continuously being successful for Ideanomics. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for Ideanomics. So overall on the day, it closed at $2.83, being down 1.74% on the day. On the low, it tested $2.61, and then on the high, testing $3.02. So the chart that we're looking at is actually the 6-month 2-hour chart. We want to see what's been going down recently so we can have a good idea of what the price action is actually looking like in regards to being bullish or bearish. So of course, Ideanomics has been on a strong run leading up into earnings. We ended up getting that earnings result, which was definitely good because it ended up beating estimates. So we're seeing some strong price action here. Even if we take a look at the RSI over here, it's right around 60. We already know if it's 70 or above, then that means it is overbought. So it's getting close to that particular area. But you know what? That's okay. That is fine because we know a lot of stocks have been beaten down, as you can see here from the chart. It is looking bullish because right now, from how it's looking at $2.83, it's sitting right on the 200-day. It is above the 100-day, and it's also above our 21-day EMA. So it's definitely looking bullish right here. And what I want to see is that retest going back to here at $3. Of course, there's going to be some resistance and some selling pressure, but also do keep in mind, this is a psychological level. If it's able to have a lot of buying volume and so forth in this particular area, then we could definitely look forward to seeing a strong move getting right to this next resistance area here of around 315. I feel if we could pass this 315 level, no doubt in my mind, we can make a strong move and get up to around the 335, 340 before we get hit with another resistance area. But also do keep in mind of the fact, if it does decide to pull back, because we did end up having a strong day in the tech sector, I want you guys to keep in mind of the fact of that $2.60 level. We want to see this being a solid area of support. So if it does pull back there, we want to see that hold up. If it does not hold up, then definitely look out for the next area here around 250. So that's what I want to really update you guys on, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Ideanomics retest $3 either tomorrow or sometime this week, and then make those moves so we can get back closer to the all-time highs. So we're on fintel.io. We're going to be taking a look at the institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information for Ideanomics. So as we scroll down on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So we could take a look at the 17th. We did have some institutions that closed out their full positions. As you can see, shares change being at 100%. But also do keep in mind of the fact we do have institutions who have been loading up and also institutions with current positions also adding more. So just taking this into consideration alone shows institutions are still bullish. You can see there's a lot of activity going on with Ideanomics, and I'm not too surprised considering the fact earnings was around the corner and the fact that they ended up putting out the results recently. We could see that, hey, a lot of institutions said, hey, I want to load up, while other institutions said, well, you know what, I'm not down for the risk, I'm going to be getting out. So it is looking pretty mixed, but do keep in mind institutions are still buying in. So as we take a look now at the short interest information, the short volume ratio stands at 28%, and this is as of close yesterday. So we know if it's 21% or higher, we can see stronger moves in price action due to short squeeze potential. As we scroll down on the page, short shares availability stands at 1.8 million, updated 1 minute ago, and the short borrow free rate stands at 8.98%. Now, if we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, it being here at 28, it's definitely at an high here. If we take a look going back even to May the 4th, it was at 13 on the low, and as well as on the 11th being at 9.36. So being 28 being the high, the current price of what they're seeing in regards to Ideanomics are short saying, well, you know what, the price is too high, it needs to come down. Hey, that's what the sentiment, that's what the market is actually telling us. As far as for overall social sentiment, I know know there's a lot of people who are bullish on Ideanomics just like myself, but again, really not too surprised because this is a penny stock and it does come with a lot of volatility. I'm looking forward to see what happens for Ideanomics, but I do believe it has a lot of upside. So for my final thoughts for Ideanomics, this company is continuing to show a lot of promise. We saw improvements in profit margins and as well as revenue. And the fact that they've been making a lot of investments as well as acquisitions, it is actually paying off for them. We're seeing that the wireless charging from Wave, I feel like this is a great technology and will definitely be useful, especially as time goes on. Also seeing the Energica acquisition, I think that was big. Also US Hybrid. I could go on and on. I covered this already. We've talked about it also a lot on the channel. Ideanomics is definitely setting themselves up very well. We already know even what the analyst price targets are. There's a lot of upside. I'll put that up on the screen. But the one thing I want to remind you guys, this is a penny stock at the end of the day, so it's going to continue to come with some volatility. But for the long term, this stock definitely has a lot of upside, and I want you guys to be aware of that. We do have institutions who have been purchasing shares, but we also have institutions who have been closing out. Do keep in mind they just had earnings, so that does come with a lot of volatility, and you're going to be seeing a lot of activity overall in general, which I'm not too concerned about. I will continue to keep you guys updated and keeping you in the loop to know, hey, what is the overall market sentiment around Ideanomics? But for the most part, this earnings report was good to see, and if they can keep this up and stay consistent, showing that, hey, you know what, increasing profit margins, bringing in more revenue, and seeing the fruits of their labor in their investments in the fintech space, we need to see that. And also as far as EV mobility and so forth, then I see, you know what, this stock will definitely go to the moon. But again, we need to see this consistency, but I'm proud regardless of Ideanomics. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.